The lights dim. The voice of God is heard over the loudspeaker. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America. The crowd leaps to its feet as the tall, handsome, slightly grayed at the temples Ivy League graduate strides confidently to the dais, urged on by thunderous applause and the giddy strains of Hail to the Chief. Born the humble son of salt of the earth, quadriplegic immigrants, he has just been elected the most powerful man in the world. Yet in just 4 to 8 years, you will be able to book him to speak in front of your Rotary Club or at a library opening. He will cost less than J-Lo. This is the magic of the presidency. Anyone can grow up to be president, but no one can stay. Too bad and so sad that this applies to our current president that deserves no respect whatsoever. Looks like the folks at the Daily Show are gonna have to update this. How you doing? This is the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. I apologize for hitting a tripod when I closed the book, but I don't apologize for introducing the Daily Show to the library and for getting somewhat political. And believe you me, I hate politics and how divisive they can be. But when tackled by the Daily Show, they become an informative, thought-provoking laugh riot. I am no political pundit. I am no political satire pundit. I much rather prefer my satire in general news, which is why I love taking a bite out of the onion as often as I can. But when it comes to politics, the Daily Show is right up there as royalty in this country. All day today, even though 4th of July is already passed, we're celebrating the best in American ingenuity and, through the Daily Show, American ingenuity in the form of political satire. I purchased this for $7.99 and for 50% off. When this was originally purchased, it was 30% off the retail price of... where is it? $24.95. And here's some praise, fictional praise rather, for America, the book. One section that I want to highlight it here. My favorite chapter is the media, democracy's guardian angel. The chapter where you're mad as hell and you're not going to take it anymore about the current state of political coverage and debates and news on our major networks and cable news networks. Like the ones you see here on the left. NBC, MSNBC, CNN, CBS, Fox News, which is the king of all ridicule, and ABC. We look forward to an endless future of taking it! What I love so much about this, besides its bitey witty humor across all the chapters covered, is its ingenuity in interaction with its audience. From humorous sidebars to special sections like America, the book, Insta polls right here on the left and the right. Sidebars, as I mentioned, from Daily Show, quote-unquote, staff writers and correspondents. How to make facial expressions like a journalist. How to select your wardrobe like a journalist. From Stephen Colbert, aka Stephen Colbert. What would you call yourself? The ideal journalistic name. I apologize, my parents are at it again. The examples on the right and the scenarios on the left. Use one of the formulas below to create for yourself a new TV-approved name. Were you aware? And Insta poll sidebars on the left of that page, which would be 144 in chapter 7. Same deal here on left and right, and my goodness, if it weren't for this section here, I probably just would not buy it. The brain of the pundit. Inside most talking heads on television, there's a brain. But in the case of the partisan political pundit, that brain has evolved over time into a specialized organ unique to our species. Have a look at those. Of course, you can always make this video full screen. Here we have, what can synergy do for you? Are you a get? Has your story become a national obsession? Did you kill your wife in such an abhorrent fashion that major news personalities are clamoring for your digits? When you voted off something, an island, a house, a talent show, in a dramatic and or heartwarming fashion? Did you blow the president? If so, The competition for the extra 2 share your public humiliation will bring a television news show can be parlayed into an exciting prize package worth millions of dollars through the miracle of synergy. And while nattering nabobs have been negative about the effects of this new corporate reality, few talk about the incredible benefits it can bring to those who have earned it. Like Inside Edition, which I love so much, and The Daily Show, which I'm kind of taking a bit of a political satire-induced crush on. These are Democracy's valiant vulgarians in print, Viacom, Time Warner, which owns Warner Books, by extension the other half of the authors of this book, GE, which owns NBC Universal, Disney, and News Corporation. Determining newsworthiness. News calculus, a cheat sheet for reporters. Kidnapping. These simple equations will help you determine where to place news for your broadcast or newspaper. Kidnapping, relative story values, body count conversion rate, and a couple of other symbols. Plus the Jackal formula. 1 Michael Jackson allegation equals 2 Tito Jackson convictions plus 5 LaToya Jackson nude pictorials going above Marlon Jackson. I took a math class just like this once, although it was not nearly as fun as this. These are the trials. The A-list, B-list, and C-list celebrities determine the amount of points measured in Buttafuoco points. Athlete, ex-athlete, clergy, crazed, disgruntled loners, or cannibals. A journalist, a non-famous person. Journalist is actually a 20-point deduction. And the nature of crime also applies. Sexual, unspeakable, speakable, or clergy-related acts. Those would be declining over time. Murder, assault/biting, kidnapping, and kidnapping the evolving son of a famed aviator, aka the Lindbergh case. Shoplifting, clergy-related shoplifting, drugs and alcohol, and the lowest score of white collar. And here is the scoring calculus. 10 to 50 Buttafuocos, trial force 1, moderate coverage. 51 to 115 Buttafuocos, trial force 2, heavy coverage. And 116 or more Buttafuocos, trial force 3, obscene coverage. Get a sleeping bag and hunting knife, you are now living outside of a courthouse. If only all political debate shows and specials were like this. No decorum whatsoever. Get to know your news sources. The other half of the news calculus. Political cartoons, because what's a good political section in print or TV without a good political cartoon? And everything else that comes with this section is just incredibly awesome and hilarious. A who's who of political interviewers ranked by credibility, redemption, their practice, their comfort and scoring levels, and their exhaustion levels. Every chapter in this book ends with discussing questions and, quote, classroom activities. Can you match the hair to the anchor head? And if you can't, here's the answer key. I can't even tell the names by their faces right now because they don't tell me. Oh wait, they do tell me. And if you want to see these other classroom activities, you might want to take a look at that right here. Number 1, meet the press. Failing that, face the nation. I would like to face the nation. Margaret Brennan is a hottie. And yes, I just called a host of a political Sunday morning public affairs program a hottie. You want to fight with me about it? Go ahead in the comments section. But this is the Daily Show book we're talking about. All fights will be civil or not. What you can't fight with me about is my affection for this book and the Daily Show staff writers and quote-unquote correspondents pouring all their wit, candor, wisdom, and humor into this, which makes it awesome. Table of contents. There's a foreword by Thomas Jefferson, Democracy Before America, the Founding of America, the Key to Democracy, which I opened up the show with, the President, Congress, the quagmire of freedom. Giggity, 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 God bless America. Sorry about that. The judicial branch, it rules. Literally. Campaigns and elections, America changes the seats. So now, more than ever, you really should pick up this book. The media, as was the focal point of today's video, the future of democracy 70 years from now, and the rest of the world, the International House of Horrors. Plus an afterword from the staff. I never thought I'd say this, but political satire, or politics in general being covered in press. But this is a perfect 5 out of 5. So much so that when I heard that Daily Show had a sequel to this book, Earth, the book, I went and bought that. And before I bought that, I bought The Daily Show, the book, an oral history as told by Jon Stewart, his producers, his staff, and his guests. The Daily Show is going to be real popular around here, if you could call a 3-video stint around here popular. Bottom line is, I love The Onion for general news, but when it comes to political satire, The Daily Show is Comedy Central's flagship program, the staple of the network, and a staple of millions of people's homes, politic lovers and non-politic lovers, myself in the latter category. And for all of those who dream of Jon Stewart becoming president sometime in the near future, unlike myself, this will get you damn near close. And if I was president, well, if there was one thing I would change in this country, it would be this. Read my lips.
No more K-pop groups.
Thank you very much. That's the Thrift Store Rundown. I'll catch you on the thrift side.